What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Metal Maniacs Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Ingersoll, and I'm here with a face that launched 1,000 ships.
Oh.
Hey, Jay, it's your boy, Mod.
Like
What's
that.
good?
What's
I
up,
love
buddy?
it. I love it. That was very nice. Thank you.
Makes me happy.
So, speaking of a face that launched 1,000 ships, we are here with the riff masters themselves, the king of swing, the
Hometown
giant
heroes.
gargantuan
Defender,
of guitar,
defender.
the Fender Defenders.
Yep.
The whole of soul.
Yeah. My boys are friends. If he dies, he dies.
Good to
Thanks,
see you guys.
Yes.
Thanks for that warm welcome.
Love
Hell yeah,
that.
dude.
Good segue and everything, too, man. You're a pro.
You should subscribe to the show. I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we got a lot to talk about, I feel like, today. We got a special episode with the If He Dies boys. They come around when they got some new shit to show, so we're going to talk
Love
about
it.
the new If He Dies, He Dies
First dibs.
song.
It feels like
Yeah,
it
and
feels
we
good.
haven't listened to it yet, even though you guys wanted us to sneak it. But
Oh, I absolutely love that you're raw dog.
I'm glad. Yeah.
I felt like it went really well last time.
Yeah, this is going to
Felt
work.
good then.
Somebody said Matt already heard it. I don't know.
Whoa.
I didn't hear anything. No, did you guys post something that had a snippet, right? A clip?
He wouldn't
Yeah,
even
it's a
watch
little
that.
teaser.
I
He wouldn't
did.
even watch that thinking he was going to see something or hear
No,
something.
I listened
awesome.
to it and I was like, I'm excited because I already liked the immediacy of it. I was like, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it, sink my teeth into it.
We're proud of it.
I love it.
And we're going to make it so you have to watch the show and you'll be able to listen to the track 2 days before it comes out, right? So I know we agreed on that, so you'll have to
Yeah.
Yes,
listen
sir.
to it here first. We
Yep,
got the
that
exclusive.
is awesome.
You guys got the drop.
So right before we get into the song, I do want to just mention one thing real quick. The last time you guys came on, you guys were promoting a new song, Judas. And then we also played that show at Unruly together at
yeah.
Modapalooza.
Turned out well.
Thank you.
So
With Mod Runnigan.
before we jump into this new one, how did the reception for Judas go, and how did that land for you guys?
Oh man, I feel like it was super good to just get that out there into the world. Yeah, it helped having this podcast to like jump off, springboard us off into it and kick it off. But yeah, I feel like we're back in the scene, so we've had to come out with something nice.
It plays
and-
well live. We've got good
Yeah.
reception. People are singing
Yeah,
the
it
words.
feels good live.
So they're listening to it.
Yep,
I enjoyed it.
Yep.
It fits
Yeah.
into the new stuff. We were glad that we got to bring it out for Mod's birthday party too.
Happy
so-
birthday, me.
But it also gave us a little room to grow and build upon, which you'll notice we're just taking some steps.
Yeah, it did totally. Like when we were writing Judas, we were like, oh yeah, this is so heavy. Like we thought it was just like, yep, this is what our new sound's going to be like. And it's just like, even from that, it's evolved a lot just from practices beyond that. We played it a ton for the video, for the shows that we had around it. And now we're just like, not like moving past it, but we're definitely evolved.
We have
from
7
there.
strings now.
Yeah, we bought
Ooh.
7 strings.
This song is a
Oh, really?
7-string
Yeah.
song.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
meaning to talk to you
curious,
about this,
curious.
actually.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
Here and now is the time and place.
Yeah, dude. Well, no, it was just Tommy's had one, and
Okay.
in and out of writing and stuff. We're writing riffs, and I sprang the idea. I was like, oh man, I'm getting after sounds, dude.
Yeah.
Let's pick one out. Right the fuck now. You know what I mean?
He
And I
shocked
did,
me.
and I got, and yeah, Tommy didn't even know.
I was like, what?
I said, dude, we got new frets, dude. We got
Yep.
new places we
And
can
it's
get.
awesome.
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
tunings are fun. There's
Yeah.
a lot more room for creativity.
Well, now we're back in,
And
I
we
guess
play it in a
standard,
more
which is-
standard than a drop
which is
bottom.
minor.
So
Sure.
it makes
Standard.
everything just different, dude.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
more
half step down
creative,
and then-
dude. I don't know.
But Judas was great because it kind of put us in a place of we're doing pre-pro at Tommy's house. We knew what we could do down there in the basement. And we kind of like started going really in on the vocal harmonies too. So we knew that was another tool in our toolbox. So
Good.
that was all stuff we wanted to build on.
And
moving
shit, he's
forward.
got
So-
a garage band now. Like, he does the pre-pro pretty much. Then
Yeah.
it's like next level pre-pro and then record. So goes through a few stages.
That shit's
which
useful.
works, yeah.
To us OGs.
Yep.
So,
This is my first time with it. At least I'm like, man,
then being able to hear the song like
From-
as it's developing
since like
too.
2011
Right.
tech and back in that day,
Yeah,
and
sure.
not everybody's really got like a working studio in their shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
it's nice to have at the
It's
practice
awesome.
spot. We've encouraged like recording your own practices often, but being able to pre-pro your own material before you
Yeah.
even get it into the studio for a single second is huge.
Listen to it. And,
So
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah.
Yep.
You always got that thing where you write the riff and then you listen to it the next day and you're like, yesterday was a lot cooler, So that helps when you can do
100%.
that with the whole band,
yeah.
I'm a stickler for changing shit too. 'Cause
I,
it's-
Totally.
I do too,
It's
dude.
not quite good enough. It's like a B, but it's not an A.
What?
yet, you know what I mean?
And when a riff makes it from like my shitty recording on a cell phone through Brent's ear, and then when it makes it through all of the band, that's when
Yep.
we know we got something.
ran
and
the
we're gonna
gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It made it through.
Oh, I feel like a complete asshole though. I didn't bring up Dane is not with us today. If you
Do you wanna
didn't
FaceTime
know
him?
this, but-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
he
right
did
here,
say he would
actually.
call in.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
stays
maybe we
busy.
could do that
He-
towards the end. That'd be sweet. That would be cool. But
He's got a gig tonight, and he might actually be at the strip club with Ed
Yeah.
for Flesh for the Beast.
Oh my God, I hope
Yeah.
so.
He's at Parkway. If you're downtown, go see him.
Jesus.
yeah. So we miss you, brother. But hopefully we'll be able to have all you guys on one day. All of you.
Someday.
at
Yeah, we
once,
haven't done
so-
that yet, have
No,
we?
not
haven't.
yet.
Oh.
Have we not done that?
No. And this
You
is
and
your
him
third
first
time, on?
time, and
Fuck.
then double up this.
Yeah.
We just love having you so much. We'll
Yeah.
take anyone we can get. All
Oh,
of you
yeah.
at once.
We
is
like
best,
sneaking
though.
in here.
I
dude.
love
It's
talking
fun for
metal.
us.
And we appreciate you sharing your art with us because we are fans.
Thank you.
Always
and
we
friends,
appreciate
so-
that. It likewise.
I'm excited.
But yeah, that show at Unruly, before we get into the nuts of this new song that I want to talk about, but that show on Unruly, thank you guys for letting us play, but I thought that was a
Thanks for
fucking
playing with us. Fuck, dude.
banger.
Yeah.
No,
It
that
was.
great.
That
Yeah.
was a banger.
It was fucking packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a ton of fun, and it just kind of shows that there's some other places, untapped sources that we can get into, and hopefully have something else coming back there. But I mean, I was a little skeptical going into it, just like not knowing if they really did metal shows like that or
Right.
not. And there was a sweet turnout for that, and I feel like that's credit to you guys too for bringing the crew that's like right here, your home crew. It was fun.
I'm always going to try and turn out for a dive show. I can't make it to every single one of them. I've got,
Things.
got things at home.
Exactly.
Just hang with the family and
Mod
it's just,
stuff. Secret mod stuff.
it's video game time with the kiddo. But yeah, every
Dark
chance I
web.
get, I want to be out at a dive show, and you guys always bring it. I enjoyed Unruly as well. I was there.
Thank
So,
you.
Yeah, I mean, there's been talks too, like having more shows there, metal shows, like once a quarter. I've heard a lot of different talks. I know there was a date thrown around.
Yeah,
but
that-
and
right.
we'll get to that too. But I know
Yeah.
there was other dates, so at least it opened a door for us to hopefully be able to play there again. And I mean, you guys kind of made it the metal show because you guys are metal, and then you asked us to play because there wasn't really no other metal bands, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had it in like a format where he had music all day, so he had various artists across the board. And at the end of the night was the Hand of Doom
yeah,
that we collectively brought, which was
Pretty
awesome.
much.
But people stuck, and it was
yeah,
killer.
Put the women and children to
We're gonna
bed.
do that again here soon.
yeah. It was a great show.
Yeah,
So.
crazy.
And I got to see the Judas live, at least. So it was kind of cool being able to have a reference to that, go through the song, talk to you guys about it, and then see you guys perform it. And some of your, I know there's a few apprehensions about the vocals live
Sure.
on the podcast when we talked about it. but
Totally.
you guys seemed practiced up, and it sounded great. So
Yeah, well,
Thanks.
we got some new news for you on that too. So, yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Guys,
When
we
we do
trying new
Warwick.
things. Yeah,
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, there was one thing about on this new song that I definitely want to talk to you about, is the post that I've seen today. But let's get into this. First things first, what inspired the song? Was this off one of your ideas, Wild Man?
wild things.
I would say probably, yeah. Well, it was initially sparked by like the switch to 7 strings, honestly. And so I play 5-string all the time anyway. So like I played in a really weird tuning though for like all of our other stuff. Like
It's crazy.
yeah, just like same, like it's drop D, but I still like rock the B lower than that. So it's just really weird. I don't have that many extra lower notes with it. So they bought 7 strings. I'm like, oh, got it tuned to standard now. And it just kind of weirdly like opened this door up to like a bunch of different, just not just like fingering positional stuff, but just like
Fingering.
even sound wise.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's crazy.
Yeah.
To get away from that drop D handcuff.
I don't ever
basically.
want to go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that standard tuning position just kind of it just gave us a lot of momentum in terms of like riff writing. And for me personally, like had just instantly like some ideas that I wanted to mess around with.
Sweet.
So yeah, me and Brent, I think it kind of goes back, like this could make a short story long, but like there was like
We got time.
our little pandemic almost where Dane had like 11 shows or something. I can't
He-
remember.
he
he
was
was at Electric Forest.
He was at
Yep.
Electric Forest for
Oh.
2 weeks, and we were
Yeah.
shut in.
Yep. So dies, no practice,
dies.
no nothing.
Mm.
So Brent and I in Grand
And
Rapids.
I just got my garage band to go with yours too.
Yep. So
So
we
we were
just and
pestering.
he's got this garage set up.
The Raj.
The Raj
Yeah.
is what it's called. So
That's the,
Raj
shit that I
Mahal?
sent
Raj
you
Mahal.
guys.
There you
Raj
go.
Mahal. The shit I sent you guys today was from the Raj, dude. I was in there
Raj
cheering
Mahal,
butter, bro.
That's badass.
Yeah.
so we just kind of like tabled practice for those days that Dane was at Electric Forest, and so Brent lives just down the road from me, so I was cruising over to his house just for the Raj sessions, and
A lot of them.
mostly just like getting silly in there, but we kinda-
Raj days revisited.
Raj days, yeah.
Yeah.
We
So-
Raj Minaj with Diddy.
We just went on a crazy weird journey in Brent's garage. He's got all these like Rambo posters and
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he sent
what
me
a
a video.
Rocky.
Actually.
Yeah,
Oh, you-
It's inspiring
video
every
today.
time I'm in there. I love it.
Yeah, his cattle decap on the video.
That's
today.
what I sent you
Yeah.
guys today. I was like, ooh, I'll watch this. I don't know. I've probably seen it, but
So I seen the Raj. You guys are in the Raj. You guys are jamming,
just the two of us.
exercising some demons.
actual
at the
guitar
in the
out,
Raj.
actually plugged into it, and actually like writing like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Was
So
that-
I roll in with like just like skeleton of like bass riffs and stuff. And I was like, we got to put some guitar over it. So we figured out, we got Brent set up on his phone,
yeah, dude.
learned how to like record his guitar in GarageBand and just start putting stuff over it. And
Nice.
kind of just sounded cool. So
It took a couple drastic turns though immediately, and not to like give it away, you guys will hear it, but the end section of this song that you guys are gonna hear was probably the first part we wrote because we just and it came and we're like, I had the double kick, dude. Run in place like Lombardo. Like
Don't hit a cymbal.
don't even touch the snare. Like
Get rid
yeah,
of the
dude.
cymbal.
just like run my finger across the like, the drum beat.
yeah.
So-
It turned into a cell. We had to go door to door with Dies. We had to be like, Tom, dude, this.
Whoa, yeah, we immediately were like, we need to go to Montague right
Listen,
now. So
man.
just
Yeah.
the two of us went to
Yeah.
Tom's house.
for a briefing.
Yeah,
Like you got to hear me out, dude.
Yeah.
I got to have this
Dane
at the end
still
of this
was
fucking
out
song, dude.
in the forest, and
And yeah, Dane was at Forest, not to be.
And that original
ridden with-
pre-pro was really good. I was like, they're doing that on GarageBand. They don't even know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, good job, dude. Hell yeah.
Fucking technology, man.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
badass.
Yeah,
That's
the
great.
wand shows the wizard with all that shit, dude. But it made
Yep.
its way down, and of course, here we are. But, and of course, we got a beer with it too.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So let's talk about that.
So it was
What-
kind
what-
of a let's do something project.
That's
Yeah,
that's
fell into place.
okay. So was the song being written, and then the idea came about to collab, or what did that look like?
I honestly think the collab idea came about before that because
Before the song.
yeah, Troy is our homie. He's from Agma. Like he is one of the co-founders of that, and he's an old friend from way back in
Yep.
the day, from Jackson.
Yeah,
his
he's
whole
year
crew.
one at Hogwarts, dude. He's been around forever.
Yeah, so he showed up to the first Pyramid Scheme show, and he's got a hoodie on, and he comes back to buy some tickets from me, and he pulls his shirt up, and he's got a Doomclaw shirt on, and his brewery made a Doomclaw beer while we were defunct and
Yep.
not doing the thing. So that kind of just got the wheels turning. Like someday we should do a collab, and yeah, so that's where that seed was first planted with that.
So how did you link up the schedules to make that happen? Because this beer comes out the day the song comes out on streaming, correct?
Mhm.
October 12th.
Yeah,
And-
that's
and we're
all.
playing there.
That's all linked into their October 12th is their 3-year anniversary party.
Okay.
So we kind of aligned that beforehand
Little
too. He's
true
like,
collab. Yep.
Yep, true
Yeah,
collab. He wanted us to play a show, and I thought the timeline was a little tight, and he's like, "No way, dude, we'll make this happen." And he got the hops in, their big old things right away, and he's like, "I'm getting this beer done by the 3-year." And then from there, we just filled in that we backfilled it. Got the name, wrote the song. It's kind of like a backwards mapping type project.
So the song almost came out of necessity as well.
No, it was already in the works.
Okay.
And kind of was like, let's spend some time with this. Actually.
Yeah, it was in the
Let's
works. We named
commit.
it, but then
you
we were
know.
like, we have to fucking record this shit and
Right.
get it
let's
done.
Fucking we'll record
Yeah.
it. It's fine. And,
Well, they kind of molded the beer name
Yep.
and concept after we kind of were like, okay, it clicked at the same time, kind of
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the kickoff. Yep.
That's cool as hell.
Yep.
So did the name come first? What inspired the lyrics? I read those earlier. They're pretty sweet lyrics too.
Thank
I like
you.
them.
Yeah.
the name, How would you describe that?
I can't wait
Just-
to hear this, actually.
Right.
Well, I always
We're
make
all
a,
learning.
like a dickhead in the practice space. You really want to talk about it? Let's talk
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
Lad wants some. So as
I'm
bass
on it.
players go,
He's over there listening. He's
Ephraim's
ready.
got like fucking sweet gear, dude. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He plays sick shit. And I'm like a dickhead, I'll be like, you ever played a Warwick?
Ooh.
Yeah. And it
Which
just
are
kinda,
sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But
I
I've
mean,
said it to
so
him
it's not a
probably 30
burn.
times, and I can never get a response out of him.
He's like this again. Fuck.
Yeah, and it just kind of turned into the name of the song somehow, some way. But the tune is kind of Lord of the Ringsy / what it's about. It's about us being friends again and playing music and the feeling we get when we play music together, and just feeling sweet, dude. You know what I mean? But
Trying
like
to lay waste to
metaphorically,
everything.
Well,
Yep.
just having it back in your hands feels good, and we're now on song 2 since we've been back, so it's kind of like starting over in a weird way, but
Glacial pace.
but it's specifically about loosely on like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse and showing up and demolishing a city and moving on to the next.
Well, I seen the art on the can beforehand.
Sick.
Did you get a chance to see
Yeah.
it? It's so
they just
badass.
did. Yeah, it's awesome.
Cool.
I was just telling him, like, that is right up my alley. That is in my wheelhouse. Give that. I was like, he's showing it to me, and I'm like, I don't know what other reaction you might expect me to give you, but I was
Right.
like, this is exactly my style. Like, I love the art, so it was really awesome. I want a can to try to drink
I
for
don't.
myself as soon as I can,
I
and
got a
then
pound
I also
one, dude.
need one for permanent sake, so I need 2 all day
Yep.
over on my
Yep.
side of the table. Just one is always going to sit there like, that's staying cracked
Yeah,
or
we got to put one
unopened.
here in the pod. Lab.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
We'll
Gotta
need
have
some.
Ephraim almost shot down there today. He was like, I got to see it.
I was hoping to get out of work early to get my hands on some, but it just didn't work
I have
out.
one of those North Grove Brewery in Montague, the one that we did the benefit for. Did a Dyes beer
Oh, nice.
back in the day when we were totally defunct.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to
And-
like him and get a habit of drinking
it's
them.
just weird how why were people making beers about us?
Right.
It's awesome.
After we broke up.
Why not?
I guess that's true, but
No, we love you
It's
guys.
flattering.
We've always loved
Yeah.
you
Did you
guys.
drink it,
Like,
Tom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was
Really
it was like
good.
brandy.
Yeah.
So it was rough.
Thick.
It was good,
Yeah.
but it was high alcohol.
Yeah, the North
Like
Grove one is
double
like
digits,
a
yeah.
Russian Imperial
yeah,
stout.
double digits.
that sounds good.
That one was just called "If He Dies, He Dies," wasn't
I'm
it?
pretty
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
artwork for the can is like completely different than the artwork for the actual song, like the digital album artwork and stuff.
Okay.
But the can, like that's their homie that they use for a lot of their can releases and stuff,
Nice.
and he's just a rock
He
solid.
killed it,
kinda-
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
excellent.
dude, I was super impressed. Like, I'd want to drink that just because it looks so badass.
Yeah.
Don't, Jay.
No, I won't.
I'll drink it for you. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you tell me how it is.
I don't mind.
I mean, I might take a little sip, but I wouldn't open my can. I just need one. So
Yeah, definitely.
There you go.
Yeah, and for the album artwork, we just kind of wanted something a little like less like on the nose as far as like song vibe and description, and like kind of a little bit more open for interpretation, especially since we've got some other things going in terms of like storyline that goes along with this song. That will-
Continuity between Judas and this, and,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
even
there's-
continuing after this.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
without
A
without
slow
spilling too much.
story being told. Yep.
All right.
So the artwork, the new artwork is a dude, Robert Forrester, that we just kind of linked up with through Instagram, but come to find out he's like an old school Dice homie. So
hell yeah.
yep.
All right. Well, I'm done talking about this shit.
Yes. Here we go.
Are we doing it?
Yeah, we're doing it.
I'm ready. Got the lyrics right from the top. They're great. I love the vibe. I was reading them off. I was like, ooh, doomy, apocalyptic. Like this is, we're going to war. Like I like where this is going.
The
So
Var's got
the
this
first one
mastered
off the
loud,
ship,
too.
dude.
I'm already scared.
All
Yeah.
right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
We recorded it so you can actually hear it.
Hold up. Let me see.
Only
if,
whales
let
can
me
hear
see
it.
if I can download it because it's not letting me play it from the browser. So
Yeah. Good file send.
yeah.
I remember
hold
my
on.
first file send.
Do you though? Have you ever?
Shut up, dude.
couple weeks ago.
He doesn't remember it because he
All right.
never did it.
Here we go. Looks like we got it now. Here you go.
Here we go.
There it is.
Wow. Wow.
Man, that was sick as fuck.
Wowie.
That was good. That was really good.
That
Builder.
was sick,
Thank you.
dudes.
Yeah. You guys should be proud of yourselves. That was really good.
Thank you.
Still
I love
scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it goes down at the end in a way I didn't see coming ever.
No, it slaps
Yeah,
in the
that's-
face.
that wasn't a breakdown. That was like a orchestra
Yeah, exactly.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like-
But the riff behind it is
dude, all the riffs were
stupid heavy.
sweet. We-
Yeah.
Right, kind of like after the first, might have been the first hook or the first verse. You kind of
Yep.
did that, like kind of, like kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
horsed
Yeah.
around. Then you went into that groove. That was
Yeah.
sweet as fuck, dude. That transition
there's
was
some
badass, dude.
Thanks, man.
Octave on that too, with the 7-string, so it's like extra stupid,
Yeah.
just low.
Really busy on Dane's part too.
Yeah,
I
oh,
mean, I know
yeah.
he's not
This
here
is
to
a
shower him
Dane
with compliments,
masterpiece.
but this
Yeah.
is like all day. Wow, he just doesn't let up. He's all day like an octopus back
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
He's
Dude,
just
we're
moving
not
every-
doing a whole lot,
Right,
And,
yeah.
and he just makes it sound like a
he
different
just
song.
he just
Yeah.
stays so busy and up on it like the whole time. It's just like I can't.
Oh,
And
There's
even that
almost-
main,
and
But
he's
it still
singing in the
grooves.
chorus with us too. Hammer's vocal debut. Yeah.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah.
he's going to start doing it live, too, it looks like.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got a mic
Okay.
back there in practice
Breaking.
now.
And it sounds good too, dude. We've actually practiced it like that with like the 3 different vocal layers specifically. Might be a little more raspy live, but that's the approach we want to take on it. It's really the only time the song where it chills out. We're like, no, we're gonna.
So,
and then it kind of comes back to it at the, and just as songwriting goes. But
Yep.
so tell me
cool.
about that singing at the end there, like the orchestra type thing.
That's what was born in the Raj.
that's back to that
Initially.
earlier conversation when me and Ephraim stumbled on a riff. We immediately started chanting together. That last part, we're like, dude, like a fucking like 1978,
Temple of Doom,
Yeah.
dude.
like a
Indiana
1980
Jones.
horror movie, dude.
Yeah, it's like
you know,
a behemoth part almost.
Yes.
it feels good, dude.
And we're just
Yeah, but as like I guess like it's I don't know, it's the crescendo of the song or the peak or the
Yeah.
the moment,
Yeah.
and then Dane finally takes off on just there's zero snare, just behind it. It's super fucking cool, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
dude, that shit ruled though.
yeah. That
Thank you,
That went in
dude.
hard. It didn't even let off. It was like almost gas got going, and you were just like you were at
And then
like
it
100
keeps
almost.
going up and up.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
really
On your-
intense. Just like you stayed in this intense range like the whole time, where it was just kind of like wouldn't really let off, but it wasn't like pummeling me. Like I don't know what's happening right now. Like,
Yeah.
It managed to stay busy and groovy the whole time. So
Even when the clean vocals hit, it's still
Yeah,
like
yeah.
heavy, like Mastodon style, dude.
I feel
Yeah.
like that fits in you guys' catalog. Like it's different and there shows growth, but you could also put it next to you guys' other stuff too, and it would still like hold up, So it's cool
Totally.
to see that.
Oh, the
it's cool to
verses.
see the growth, but at the same time,
Yeah.
you guys are staying true to the Dies sound.
Dude, the
you know?
verses
Yeah.
sound like they could have been written
during
in 06,
Conquistador,
dude.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like those verses.
The vocals were awesome. The lyrics
Thank
were
you, dude.
great, dude.
I love the lyrics. The lyrics are fun all
songwriting.
day.
Thank you.
Definitely an A.
It's 2
Yeah.
riffs basically.
Right.
That
Yeah.
just arrangement and
And build.
arrangement
Yeah,
and build.
intro,
yeah.
verse, chorus,
Dynamics
verse,
and
chorus,
arrangement, yeah.
outro. It was good.
Yeah,
I mean, that's-
dynamics. I feel like that's very important. Like you can take a lot out of a little as long as you use a little dynamics. And I
Yeah.
feel like that can get lost in metal sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Just because like in metal you want to go 100 miles an hour, and then
Yeah.
the only dynamic is just when you go do the breakdown of the song instead of actually like
Right.
kind of using.
But with
some of
us,
that.
we've been trying to do that with the vocals and the drums really.
Yep.
Instead of like Nirvana, ding, 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 we keep it there, but the drums and the vocals kind of have been taking that
Totally.
dynamic path.
Oh, you guys were busy even on the guitar riffs, like just chugging along on, like in the beginning when all of that chugging, like,
yeah.
it had me, and it didn't in any way sound generic at all. Like, oh, I've heard this riff before. I was like, oh, that's a good chuggy
A
groove
good
right there.
chug.
I like that in a fresh way. That I'm like,
Mhm.
yes, that made good
It's
musical sense.
Dr.
It's
Chug
familiar
Yeah.
though.
And
Yeah.
For familiar.
for
Yeah.
Brent saying that we don't let him fly, with his solos. He's got a lot of lead work in this song,
Yeah.
and that really helps kind of give it this kind of
Yep.
movement.
Yeah, you guys
which is
used
super
it to
cool.
like progress the riff that you're already working on. You bring in that little melody lead part behind it.
Mhm.
I
gives it a
tried
little
to
bit
do
more
that
harmony,
with the
yeah.
vocals too.
We
like
got to do
from
it all we do best.
First verse to second to third, like the progression with the riff, with the vocals.
Yeah,
Eventually with some witchy shit behind it, which
it was really good layering and
Jay
texturing.
probably was
Yeah.
interested in.
Yeah.
Really, I wanted a song that was like Damn at Otter Creek by Live, where it just like slowly just
Okay.
builds into this huge. And I think we've kind of
Yeah.
we accomplished
that's
that
good.
pretty
You'll have to look
decently.
that one up.
That's a good one.
It
I
is.
appreciate the reference.
Link in the bio.
Yep.
So you got
Ted,
this awesome song. You got it going with the beer. Is there anything else that you plan on doing with it? Because you guys did a music video last time. So are we
Well-
going to see any kind of visual with this, even if it's not necessarily a full blown production? Or you want to talk about that at all?
I mean, we do have like some really sweet artwork that's going to go along with it. Like I said, that's Robert Forrester is doing that, and we'll that's going to slowly trickle out with the
Okay.
release of the build up for this.
Very
Um,
nice.
But yeah, there's definitely talks of we got to have that.
We have
visual.
ideas.
We're holding
Yeah.
back on you right now. We got some
Yeah.
ideas,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah,
we're definitely
getting
going to
back with our
explore some
boy.
avenues.
Getting back with our boy
That's
that
cool.
helped us do Judas, and
yeah, I
Okay.
kind of figured there
Some,
was
yeah,
something
storyline
there,
shit.
so,
We're-
yeah.
we've
We're trying to keep
Been
some
in the
continuity.
laboratory.
That's
Yeah.
the one hint.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Okay.
cool.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so are we expecting like a concept album? Is that what I'm hearing? Kind of like, hey, we're
one
gonna
released at a glacial pace.
Maybe
Right.
not.
Basically.
Maybe
That's
not an
fine.
album, but
Yeah.
I mean, you still might beat George R.R. Martin to releasing.
That's
the
true.
Well,
It's not
and
wrong.
we feel
Game of
comfortable
Dice.
with a game of dice, dude.
I'm ready to play.
That's it.
Let's go.
Game of
Let's
dice.
have it.
This has been working though, because it's been us giving our best effort into one thing instead of,
10
we need to
things.
write 7 songs for an
Yeah.
album and mailing it in on 2 of them.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just to
I'd
get
like-
it done.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to be like, we've been
exactly.
working on this long enough. Let's just be happy with this riff.
Now
you
we
know?
just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, we don't
Well,
care. And it's
yeah, but
been
you guys
working.
are doing everything to stay relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right
so
on.
it's not
Yeah.
like you're not putting in the work. So, just because you're not dropping albums, you guys are dropping helly badass songs.
And
So,
now
I
that
love
we're
them both.
more familiar
Thank
with
you.
the process, the process could speed up a little bit, and it definitely will in
Well-
the winter with work
Oh, yeah.
schedules
The
and
Raj.
stuff like that.
Raj upon the
And-
city, dude.
And
No.
seriously, dude,
Yeah.
the Raj and
Well,
your
all of our
pre-pro-
capabilities, dude,
Yeah.
are
Truth be told, he's
It
probably
helps.
got 50 songs right now.
Oh,
dude.
him?
like
From-
literally.
yes.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, I know.
No, he does.
I know we not only have we went over this, he's sent me some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is fucking
Tommy's
awesome,
got
dude.
stuff. I got stuff. This
Like-
is the only time in our career that we've ever been stockpiled with riffs
Okay.
and
Stockpiled.
slowly moving.
We can't do anything
pieces
with
of pos.
them.
It's just what's happening. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
felt
that's
like
how
the
we
last
move,
time
you
you
know?
guys were on, you said you were working on a number of songs.
Mhm.
You know, and
Oh,
Judas, Judas wasn't like the only thing you were working on or had at the time. You were like, no, we were writing a bunch, and we have
The beer kind of took hold with this too,
Right.
as far as
To
that.
focus
ambulance.
on it.
Let's just
to
do
really
that.
get the next one out,
Get
right?
that.
Like,
But
yeah.
still,
You know, and
we'll
then-
work on stuff and be like, remember that punk song thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen with that, man.
You
we
gotta
spent
let
some
me fly,
time on
dude.
some shit, and it's
That
just like,
needs a fucking
it's
guitar
just,
solo
just
in it.
not
if we're talking
working
about it.
right now.
I'm
yeah.
here for the guitar solos.
B-
man.
B-Man.
Creamy / solo. Let me wah. God
Yeah,
damn it.
B-Man's on the tarmac. He's waiting to take off. Take
Did
off.
you hear my wah in that song? There's wah in that song. We're just
Yeah.
little blips.
I heard a little bit in there.
He's
though.
got a he's got a pedal board this big.
Bigger.
It's just got a tuner and a wah on it.
That's
But they're
seriously,
fucking
we're gonna do
Velcroed
rig-
on there with the power supply underneath it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, fuck! So I
Rig
gotta
run.
get it. It's like this big, dude. It sucks. It's just the wah.
B
Lonely
man,
ass-
rig rundown.
Not even a
And-
fucking
and
tuner, dude.
I'm gonna do it for him because he doesn't even know what everything does. So I'm gonna do his rig rundown.
I got a
for him.
10-year gap, dude. I was stuck in
Yep.
time warp, bro. I don't know this shit.
hilarious.
That's
Yep.
fucking amazing.
2 pedals,
Yeah.
surfboard.
Yeah.
Like I said outside, I just want to fucking plug in and rock, dude. I don't
I
care
get
about
it,
that
dude.
shit.
I
I
like
get
that.
it. Like, there's so many knobs and so much technology. Sometimes
No,
you
I
just
got to
wanna
be
fucking
better
rock,
if we're
dude.
talking about it. I got to know some shit.
Well, let's talk about knowing some shit. Let's talk about the production. So, Ad was on the show. His episode obviously isn't going to come out for a little bit anyway. So we talked about it on the show. At
The
least
doctor,
Yeah. So from his end,
Mhm.
Addison Eilers,
Addison.
obviously
My cuz.
he recorded it, and you guys were we were speaking a little bit before we came down here. You
Yep.
want to express a little more about Cold War and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cold War. We were saying how we feel really comfortable there. Just got a down home atmosphere.
Totally.
Just it's not bougie or
He
anything.
vibes with us
yeah,
too. Addison
exactly.
does.
And, well, yeah,
He was in our band. I mean, he's
my
family.
blood cousin too,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that kind of helps. But
Yeah.
no, well, the tracking went well. He did top notch as usual. Addison has a very good grasp on the
efficient, too.
tracking, for sure. Like, yeah, he gets good sounds in, for sure. But yeah, we did though want to go into just a little different direction with the mixing. We're just trying things out, man. Like,
Yeah.
we were afraid, like, oh man, we don't want to like offend you and like not go. He's like, no, I understand. So, but yeah, we went with Nick Scott for the mixing,
Okay.
who was local Muskegon guy
Mhm.
originally.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, even with Addison though, getting back to that, we took a little different approach, even with just the tracking. Like we're super comfortable there, and we trust him, like getting our sounds and stuff. But you guys even did some different stuff with guitars
Yeah.
than we did
yeah.
on Judas too, right?
Oh yeah.
In terms of like the tones and the
Yeah,
amps
we
and
used
stuff.
some of my like the neural plug-in things, but
Yeah.
through amps, through real cabs, like
Okay.
we play live.
Yeah, like turn the IR off and then
Yes, and
mic the cab.
it worked.
Yeah,
It
I think
sounded really
I
good.
think it
I-
helped
yeah.
with our sound coming through.
Yep. I think he thought like the first time around he had to supply all, got to supply the amps and the sounds and everything. But
Yep.
I'm like, dude, we kind of got
Yeah.
some shit, dude.
Yeah.
and when he heard some of the tones, he's like, holy shit, let's run that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep. So yeah,
Nice.
it gives it a little different sound.
I was
than
thrilled with the way our
Judas,
guitars
which
sound
I
on
was
that
looking
fucker.
for.
Yeah, totally. And there's like this, like our kind of own sound is like a little bit more baked into this song than on Judas,
100%.
which is awesome.
Yep.
I also know that Addison expressed to me that Judas was one of the first songs that he did there.
Totally.
So what we were talking about outside, when you go to a different room and you start recording somewhere else, or you know, he was used to recording at his place for however many years, and he built that whole place up. Then all of a sudden, he's out there trying to track or listen to something on speakers or mix on his headphones at home. Like it, you know,
drums,
it's a different experience. You know,
on both those songs, the drums sound amazing, and that's the biggest thing to get used to is your live room.
Well, I also felt like the mix, it came through. It doesn't sound that much drastically different than Judas did,
right?
You know, so like you said, the Die's tone is baked in, but probably a little more of your live tone if you use that live, right?
Totally,
right. Yep.
Yeah.
That helps. Use the same gear that you're going to perform with. I mean,
usually
that gets the point across. I mean, you'd hope anyway. I mean, I know that's not always the case, but
right. And you know, sometimes you go to the studio and you're like, okay, I got to like account for like the studio kind of vibe of things, but we just kind of trusted what we thought sounded good going into it this time, and it worked out really nice, and I'm glad it came across how it did.
No, everything sounded really good, from vocals to drums. Bass was right in there, and the guitar tones were pretty choice and juicy.
Yeah,
so I liked what I was getting out of it.
How do you not be over analytical in the studio?
Because we just front load it so much with how we play this song over and over and over, and we're not the kind of band that goes in and says we're gonna work things in the studio. We don't leave that up for
it's ready
chance at all. When we go there, it's like, okay, this is what it's going to sound like. And then there's some crafting of like how you're going to track it.
Sure.
But I know some bands go into the studio and we're like, well, let's work this out in the studio. And that's a
waste of money and time.
We have it laid out.
That's a waste of two things.
Be ready for him because he's hitting record, dude.
You know, or at least I don't have a lot.
No, I mean,
most people don't have a lot.
We've talked about how sometimes you might learn something about yourself and the way that you expecting to record your instrument in the studio. So in real time, you might decide, okay, I kind of need to go with a different
your
bass
plan
line
B.
right here. Yeah. Like we've got to do something that sounds better here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've always been jamming to this idea that I had as we're playing it in the practice space, but then you hear it back and you're like, that actually doesn't work.
That's how it was.
I got to be more in the
guitar
pocket here. Like
me.
I just got to have a different tone here. There's things you learn. Like that's not coming through in the recording like I thought it might. You know, it's not as thick as I'd like it to be. So yeah, you have to maybe sometimes write in the studio, but man, by and large, show up prepared. Know what you're doing.
Oh, I know what you
studio,
guys are about. Don't come with that folly.
I mean, I just
learning rips on $40 bills, $50 bills.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
thanks.
Dude.
Yeah.
I the reason why I asked that is because I was talking to Tom before we started, and I'm doing click tracks for our album right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least the 8 songs we have written, just getting the clicks done. I don't know what we're going to do with them. I don't know if it'd be an album. I don't know what.
Hell yeah.
But even writing the clicks, you kind of realize, like, it's just your guitar. So you're like, oh, that needs to be tightened up a little bit more than, because it sounded great live, but that little triplet isn't there. That little fucking up pick, I miss a little bit here,
That's
little
how
bit
I feel
there.
every time I'm in the studio, dude. I fucking hate
that was
it.
kind of more my question, because then you really start dialing it in, because you're like, oh, that's my bass soloed. Fuck, I need to. You know what I mean? Like,
you could put right on Front Street and bare naked out there. So.
Bare naked ladies. Yeah. That's who we sound like.
Yeah, I think we just try to just come as prepared as possible, and also like open to that kind of stuff. Like, hey, this just isn't coming across.
Yeah, you don't want to spend
the way
a lot
we
of time
thought.
there, though.
But yeah, for the most part, we're like, it's there, and
and the studio is my place. I'm more comfortable there than live.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, you were telling me
I hate
about
playing live.
Here's the thing too: is when we write this shit, we all have input, so it's valued. It's not like, oh, you don't like my riff. You know how people do that,
right?
You know, no. By the time we hit studio, it's signed, sealed, delivered, dude. Yeah. We have a guest on this song. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. So I wanted to bring that up.
That was my question. I was going to ask the post that I seen earlier. He played. What did he play? Maram?
Eric. What's his last name? Daly. Is that right?
Eric O'Daly.
Eric O'Daly. Yeah.
Don't look at me.
Rick.
But he's Dane's homie.
Yeah, he's in the Insiders with Dane.
Yep.
And his own band and stuff.
And
too.
he's got his own music. He's a Swiss
great
Army
musician.
knife is what he is.
Yep.
He can probably play 20 things.
He laid down
style.
the hand drums at the beginning, and then
of course
the bass of the choir
Yeah.
at the end, essentially, and then we all sang with it.
You'll hear his,
different tracks of us standing.
hand drums
all four
twice
of us
throughout
by
the
a mic.
song.
Yeah.
Okay.
In
And
the,
has
in the
it
intro part,
sprinkled in.
especially those congas.
Yep,
Yeah.
little Sepultura roots
Yeah.
vibe
Yeah.
going.
But we
on.
got
Yeah.
and we got video
Yeah.
of this. We'll probably
There we
release it
go.
after this shit comes out. But there's video of us. We did classic Queen style. We all got in the booth together and
Yeah.
Oh,
put,
nice.
and like
Around
took the
the mic.
lows and the mids and
Yep.
the, you know, and went around and
Yeah.
it just was fun, dude. It was cool.
Yeah, but he laid
Eric
like
laid
the
a line,
foundation
too.
of those chants.
Yeah.
Like did some harmonies.
The
with
in
that.
tune shit is his.
Exactly. We're supplying the chorusy effect
Yeah.
with both being out of tune.
Yeah.
But it was honestly shocking why, because I was like, Dane pitched this idea and he was like, Eric's showing up to the studio, and we hadn't really talked about it much before that.
Amazingly,
It was a
efficient,
surprise
too.
to me.
On
I had no idea.
On
dude.
fucking
Yeah.
point, dude. He was one take Charlie with his shit. Like,
Yeah,
and it
and it's-
added up to where the, you know, as far as like specific.
True
like,
musician.
Yeah,
Dude,
because
he's-
it's
he
not
rips.
like a straight meter either. You know, like the first main riff is like 7 and then 8, and then the chorus is in 6. So like, but he just like tuned into it right away, and he's
Yep.
doing like kind of like he's very like he's classically trained. You know?
Yeah,
you
he
could
knows
tell
his
that
shit.
like
Yeah.
he's
A
like, oh yeah,
musician.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
one of those
musician.
guys.
I'm a musician.
Yeah, as soon as he touches the track, it gets better immediately.
He's
Yeah.
like,
He's
we're
the
not in
guy.
the Raj anymore, boys.
I get it. No, I get it. I saw djembe and congas, and I was like, for real? I can't. What? This is happening? So that's awesome. I love the contribution, and it definitely gives you guys like a nice fresh spin on one of your tracks, especially in the studio where you know you can get away with it. And,
Right.
like, let's
He's
just-
only the third guest on a Dies
Okay. All right.
track. So
Mike Williams.
Yeah,
and
Mark
who else?
Baffy.
Oh, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
How
yet.
could I
It's an
forget?
exclusive
Mike
company.
Nine's on Bringer, and I don't. Is that on? Our
no,
Spotify?
it's not even
Fuck
available.
no, dude.
No
Can't
one
even
knows
hear
where
it.
to
You
find
gotta buy
it.
the CD to hear it.
You
Uh-oh.
can't even use him for clout.
Honestly, think it's
Yeah.
on Bandcamp.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Somehow,
We'll
which we
put it
don't
on.
have access
Or you
to.
can
so-
borrow
Neither
my
does
CD if you want.
Borrow the
Yeah.
CD. Yeah. So, as far as this track goes, recorded at Cold War with Addison, sent it to Nick to mix.
Mastering.
Mastered by Ryan Bart Williams.
Barth.
Okay. Where is he
Um,
working out of?
I'm not sure where he's at these days,
He
honestly.
does something for Metal Blade.
He's like
says
kind of
Dane.
He's still
A&R. I
out.
think he's A&R for Metal Blade.
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, I think
Last
so.
I knew he
Yep.
was out west. I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
That sounds
But
about
this is
right
all
with
just
them being
speculation.
located there. Yeah.
But Dane
Um,
has a connection with him on
yes.
Facebook too,
Okay.
and like they still talk and stuff. And he was like wide open to it right away when
Oh,
Dane
sweet.
floated it to him. He was like,
He
oh,
did
yeah,
our
for
first
sure.
record.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
the first one, right?
The EP,
Yep.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
for those
Dane-
who don't know, he was a longtime bass player for Dahlia
Yeah.
and what I consider their classic lineup.
Yeah.
I loved him, and Today I Wait.
I was gonna
dude.
say he played in Today.
Today
I
I
Wait.
Wait.
I fucking
Yeah.
love that band on
Yeah.
my come up.
Me
I was
too,
like, they're
dude.
always heavier than me.
Yep.
All the time.
You
Everything I
guys
do.
played with them, so I mean,
A
we
lot.
played with them a bunch too.
A lot,
but
yeah.
Today I
Way back in
Wait,
the day.
Nain Rouge, like
Name.
fucking shit to me.
Yep. Those are
Indrid.
our boys right there,
Yeah.
man.
That's your lineup, yeah.
And
Taking it
Robert,
back.
the dude that did our artwork for this, he was like, he mentioned that he was like, oh yeah, I know the guys from Today I Wait.
No
So it was
way.
like crazy connection. Like
Sure.
there's a lot of full circle stuff going
Small
on.
world.
that's
Full
wild.
circle.
All right. What else do you want to speak about on the song? Anything else?
I don't
Yeah,
know much.
I'm just very
We're
ready to
we're
play it live.
psyched,
It sounds
yeah.
cool as
Yeah.
hell.
I don't know
The
that I wanna
practice room.
speak.
It's-
That's
Well,
kinda-
I wanna hear
that's
mod.
one thing too. Is we
I'm
play
here.
it live very well.
Awesome.
Like in the basement when we're
Oh, it
jamming.
feels good playing
Like
live,
when it's
dude.
done, we look at each other like, oh fuck, dude. That's like,
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
get that
Especially
feeling.
after the
Music
end.
first,
Oh.
vocals last approach.
Yeah.
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 I had my shit mapped out, but as far as no, let's get this tight,
Yep.
tight. 'Cause we're
Some of
gonna
the
do
bells and
things.
whistles won't
We're gonna
be
use
there,
our
but
pinkies.
Yeah.
You know,
it's still
I love it.
every part of the
It
picture's
holds
there.
up.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
Yep.
When
And
get
I
the pinky involved.
definitely
But-
don't want to play 6 strings anymore after
those
we
songs
play.
fucking
I know.
are stupid, dude.
So
So you
dude,
We're so tired of playing our, and I know we've only been
was
doing
gonna
this
say
again
you're
for a minute.
switching.
when
for
we
the one?
switch up,
No,
for the
new
one?
Like,
new
we'll make
shit's
the
gonna be
jump.
on 7, dude.
Yeah.
we'll
It's
like
gotta be.
just even chunking Alice in Chains tuning, drop B, half step down. Gun, gun, gun. We're like, dude, that's so low. I'm joking, obviously, because
Yeah.
it sounds like you sucked in helium with your guitar.
Yeah.
And yeah,
It does.
it does. It's weird. It's like swinging a weighted bat, dude. Like play that little 6 and then go to the 7. It's just like
I prefer it. It took me just a little quick nip with it, but I prefer it now.
I used to
I
hate
have
it.
to have
I
it.
bought one.
Yeah. There's
a cheap one. Ibanez modified the fuck out of it.
And
like
we're
I
not
would.
the type to sit and just ride the fucker for the whole song either. You know what I mean? On
Yeah.
some lowest note possible.
No.
Yeah, you guys play your
You know,
fretboard,
like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That's
and you play a lot
I
of
hated
melody.
it.
yeah.
There's a lot of melody still.
And as
in
far as
there,
vocal
you know.
registers go too, it shifted us into a different. I was like, no,
Oh,
I like
yeah.
this a lot. I
It's
can
still
get
your guys'
lower,
style.
and so
it's-
and still
It's just you're bringing it down a little bit lower, and that's
Yeah.
fine because you're not doing it in a way that makes it sound so different and unlike your style already. It definitely sounds like you guys are writing another new song,
Mhm.
Right.
but it gives it like
A new
room.
it
Yeah.
gives you, like we talked about, the creativity. Just
Yep.
when you pick up the instrument and it's tuned different, you're like, oh, I haven't played like in this style before,
Right.
or it inspires me to play these riffs now. So
Can't play Sandman no
It's like
more.
when you get any new piece of gear kind of thing too. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot of lower guitar tunings that I just certainly enjoy. That you play the 6 string long enough, and you're like, okay, like I can only drop tune this thing so low, and it starts to get a little bit like
Flappy.
It's just it don't work. So you either got to go to the baritone 6,
Strings move on their own when
but
you move
the
the guitar.
7 by and large for like the style of music, like almost deathcore. This one kind of gave me some deathcore vibes, if I'm being real.
Oh
It's
no,
hard to
really?
work.
It does.
Just a bit. I was like, man, these guys are like really heavy on this one, to the point where I'm thinking, like, for what I've been listening to a lot lately, I could feel it sitting in
no, I get
with
that.
like
and then
so
even
much
some of the-
aggression there. I was like, man,
riff wise.
and
Yeah.
even some of the vocals
Yeah.
are deathcore.
Oh, yeah.
really.
Yeah.
With
I mean,
the heavy
with the highs
vocals.
mixed with the lows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was good like that for me, and I'm a proponent of good deathcore. I'm not saying Dies is deathcore. You're not. I mean,
I'll take it. I like
that.
that.
That
Sorry.
song particularly. as I was
Unapologetically.
listening
Dude,
to
you
it.
guys are the hand of metal. You guys are. You are the all of metal. You guys know shit.
Flat
What kind
really
of
gets you
band are
nowhere.
we? What genre do we fall into? Let me
I
ask
mean,
you.
Sometimes it's like an alt metal vibe to me, but it's still metal. And then we had you on last time. We were like,
Mm-hmm.
"Is Dies metal?" And we roundly agreed like Dies is metal.
Yeah.
But you also give yourselves a lot of space to go in whatever direction you
Let
like.
that
with your
butt
songwriting.
breathe.
I like that alt metal actually.
Let it all
Yeah.
out. But I mean, yeah,
Alt
like
metal.
metal.
Progressive alt
Well,
metal.
no, because I'm tired
Yeah.
that like my old man, he's 83, and like his friends, I'm like, we're heavy.
It,
You
it
know,
also
I
could
don't-
be metal core, but you guys do a lot of
Sure.
the fry vocal and the guttural vocals, so it kind of comes out as deathcore at times, but it's also not as intense as some certain deathcore, a lot of deathcore that's out there,
Right,
or it's not genty like a lot of deathcore. You guys don't really do that style of like everybody locking in and like
Mhm.
So it's
full-
a good thing that you can't
closed
nail it down,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Which
No,
I
you
like.
can't.
That's
No,
perfect.
you
No,
can't.
it's
a lot of
Especially-
I've
alternative
accepted
90s,
it. I like that about
Yeah,
us.
Alice, Nirvana type
Yeah,
shit
it's really-
involved too.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
you
if
guys
you
are way too dirty for that style.
We
like I said,
stray
like, with
we
the
stray into
distortions.
past with guitar riffs too. We always end up dancing around each other. And
Hey, I was going to
Three of
ask
us.
you, did you, when you first got your 7, were you comfortable with it right away?
like a
Did it-
grown man.
That's what
Yes,
I thought.
I was.
Not me. It took me forever. Just
I
curious.
couldn't believe it, dude. I'm like,
Never asked him that.
Jay, you're the
Fretboard's
fucking
fucking so
professional.
wide, dude.
with the genres. What did you have a way of classifying? I mean, they're like our friends, and then we're like used
And
to
we
them,
won't be
and,
offended by anything
No,
you say.
I
trust
just
me.
No.
we
I mean,
talk
did I
about
miss the
this a
mark on
lot
it
on
at all?
our,
So
on
I
our
think,
side. Like,
dude,
what kind
you're,
of fucking
you're
shit do we
right on,
play?
dude.
I think the best description is no description. I mean, like you said, because you're a little bit of everything. To me, it would be like a post-metalcore if you were going to say
Okay.
metalcore, because it's not like
I
the,
like that.
it's
right
not like
there.
throwing
the
the
super
post
melo-
up.
Bicka,
Ooh,
bicka, bicka,
I
bicka,
like-
bicka.
I've
But
always
it's-
wanted to be in a post band.
But it's
dude.
very melodic.
Post
You know?
Alone.
Yeah.
We did it.
So, but you guys got a little bit of hardcore, and then if you start thinking about the previous releases and some of the little funky jams and shit you have on there,
Totally.
some of the
some
slower
weird
stuff,
shit.
you start thinking of all that
Yeah.
too. I call you guys metal, but if I was going to lump you in, it'd be like more along like the Mastodon type.
sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like
That's
when,
fair.
when they're,
Prog.
they're heavier shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
Remission.
I mean? Yeah. That
I like
that
it.
kind
I
of
like
road.
it.
That's what I would say.
I think we're gonna call it post Stallone.
Actually, we
That's fine.
That's
Mastodon.
kinda-
We're probably gonna
Post-Rush.
owe them
Post-Stallone.
royalties after this new song comes out. They're gonna be like, "That was a Leviathan outtake."
Yeah.
It's all right to have heroes and inspiration. I mean, Mastodon's a good one to have.
Oh, dude, I fucking.
I mean,
love
in my
them.
opinion, I enjoy
I enjoy
Mastodon.
their first
I would
4
accept
albums.
that.
I
as,
like some Mastodon.
Yep, first
Yeah.
4 albums.
Him and I just had this conversation.
They
'cause
got
we
they
along.
listened
they
to the
lost me after
They
a
got
while.
a track with Randy, I think, that just came out or something. But
Yeah.
we were
Okay.
listening.
Well, they've got a long catalog. It's all right to not know.
Yeah.
something, but
Exactly.
I like old.
There's a
Mastodon.
chunk in there that's really
yeah.
good. Really, really good.
Yeah, they started doing a
Um,
lot more cleans. The drummer started writing a lot more.
Oblivion
clean
was
stuff.
about
So,
the end of it
are you
for
trying
me.
to say that we need to
Uh-oh.
ixnay Dane from the Ocals, man? Because that's when they jumped the shark.
Do you
No,
guys?
no, you
do you
guys
want
are
to
in the-
FaceTime, Dane? You said you wanted to, Tom.
I don't FaceTime anyone.
How do we get the beer?
Fucking pound one, bro.
Let's FaceTime Troy.
You want to FaceTime Troy?
No, he said he's busy as hell today.
Fuck yeah, he is.
But he said
Trying
that
to get your beer ready.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
More
Sorry.
important things to do.
We're a week out.
They're just kind of holding off on us to. I mean, they wanted to wait till we gave like the all clear, like songs released officially. So I don't know that it will be available to purchase anytime before the song drops, but it's definitely like fully live on Saturday at their 3-year anniversary party.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Yeah, it's there in Jackson, Michigan. They're going all out. I guess they go all out for their anniversary parties. So they've got like a full day planned.
Kind of like that Unruly shit we did together.
Yep, bunch of music and everything from like lighter earlier in the day. They've got
like legit sound.
Yeah,
It looked like.
oh yeah, they went all out on the stage and lights. It's
Very cool.
outside in their beer garden. They kind of have like this alley space area where they're going to set up a huge stage there. So there's some ripping bands for like the metal night. So like from I don't know exactly what time, but the evening commences like the metal stuff. So Lucius Fox, I don't know if anybody's heard them. There's two-piece.
We listened to one of their songs on the show on a reaction episode.
Oh,
it's
hell
really
yeah.
good. It's
Yeah,
cool.
I just went.
They're wild.
They are, yeah. And I
Very
just
fun.
finally was like, I got to go see them. And they were playing at Tip Top, so I cruised down there.
Nice.
Super rad
Carcosa's
dudes.
playing.
Oh,
Yeah,
you saw him?
yeah,
Nice.
I had
Oh,
to.
yeah.
I had to check it out.
They
and
shred,
then-
huh?
They do,
Yeah.
yep. And it's super cool. I mean, it's two-piece stuff, so he's doing just multiple amps and a bunch of wacky routing and just different stuff. But it thrashes super fast and spazzy kind of stuff, but it's right up our alley. It will fit right
awesome.
in line with the show. Carcosa's more like death metal, I guess. I'm not super versed in their stuff, but Troy from Agma is super stoked about them in particular, so they're gonna bring it. And then Bonehawk or the local homies,
Post Alone kind of vibe.
more of like the stoner vibe there. So the metal portion of it is gonna be pretty ripping. I'm stoked.
So
about
this
it.
is where now? I don't see it on
in
the
Jackson,
flyer.
Michigan.
Okay.
Okay.
So Saturday, October 12th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ogma.
Yeah.
OGMA.
Like
Ogma.
dogma
I don't know
minus
what.
D.
It says like 5/18 p.m. I don't know what that means.
That's it.
Yep. 5 to 18 o'clock.
It never ends.
It never fucking ends, dude.
But-
You want to party
Blasters
or
on
what?
tap.
Never-ending show.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Dice
man.
Boys got a Airbnb to all cram
Oh,
into
yeah?
afterwards.
Yeah, Airbnb.
Right.
Just right down the road. So
I've got
So yeah, it doesn't say on the flyer where this place is.
well on the event page. I've
Yeah,
got
that's cool.
129 East Michigan Avenue,
okay.
Jackson, Michigan,
That,
USA.
Fucking
that
mod,
sounds
dude.
right. Yep.
Sweet.
Yep.
So
Mods in the Matrix.
10 at the gate.
He is in the
what
Matrix.
does it
over
say?
here.
October Saturday 12th
Yep.
from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah, about a
right?
week away
Okay.
Yeah,
from today,
good
which
times.
people won't know by the time they see this. But
And then that's
Jackson-
when the beer's coming
yep,
out.
that's when the beer's
You guys are the
officially
only
live.
band with a beer there that day?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
cool.
Doing like a special release. I don't know if it's like gonna stick around for the long haul or not, but their Doomclaw beer's been around for a while. They keep canning
Right
that,
on.
and
I'll have one of
Um,
each.
but yeah, definitely gonna stock up on that. They look super sweet,
Yeah,
and
for
just
sure.
like
awesome.
they're pro with their stuff too. They just have like a good vibe. It kind of it's like a brewery that
For sure.
caters to that metal corner of
Right,
the world. and
right.
that's just like right up our
They don't
alley,
shy
so
away from that
they sure
demographic.
don't,
yeah.
That's awesome.
And that aesthetic.
Hell yeah. So tell me a little bit about we'll switch gears here or whatever. How did that It Dies Today show go?
That was fun.
At the
Yeah,
Pyramid Scheme?
I feel like
Oh, yeah.
That was back in May.
Yeah.
Yep, it was like a
And then-
very last minute show.
Yeah.
too.
I was thinking of the other one, Many Eyes. but
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I want to talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
that.
I
Yeah,
was
no,
too,
it was
actually.
it was cool. Good
Yeah.
good to see those guys. I'd never seen them with the original singer when we toured with them.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Jay Wood?
like what's that?
Was it Jason?
Jay Wood,
Yeah,
man.
Jay Wood.
Yeah.
So
GR,
yeah, to see them
homie.
with the original singer was cool. They were excited to get on the road.
You were
I-
talking shop with
Talking
guitar
shop with
player,
Mike
big time,
Adelac,
yeah.
cool dudes.
Yeah. I know. it was-
Bloodline was cool
And
too.
then we played with some more Buffalo people a little bit later.
I-
But dudes must be cool in Buffalo, New York. 'cause,
right.
Yeah.
what was that? The Many Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the show I was thinking
Keith's
of,
from
too.
Buffalo, but
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I listened to the Many Eyes CD or
Yeah.
whatever album, and I
Mhm.
thought it was wonderful.
Dude,
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I was, like,
it is really
surprised.
good.
I'm
dude.
optimistic about what they're doing.
I like.
Live,
like
it was awesome
So
too.
yeah.
I won't throw anybody under the bus, but one of our
Sure.
friends Was that you guys' show?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Mortis?
I don't know who that is.
Never mind.
We still can't find him.
So
Deer in a
yes.
headlight.
But
If you've seen him.
yeah. But anyway, he was like, "Oh, they sucked." He's like, "They were terrible." And he's like, "Dice blew him off the stage." I'm like, "Well, I mean, come on, it's
I
Dice.
know-
Of course they're going to."
I know
But-
what friend you're talking
Yeah,
about.
okay,
It was Nick. It was Nick.
We'll talk after.
I
this.
would never.
We can.
I thought they
Talk
were
after
great, actually. They
Well,
had a
he
couple
came up to
covers,
me at the
too, that
merch
were
booth.
fun.
He's like, "These guys kind of suck." I'm like, "Dude, I'm actually vibing on this
Yeah.
right
Dude,
now."
I love the album.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
It's nice. It
Yeah.
plays really well.
Yeah.
It's like easy
Good
on
songs,
the ears, rocking.
good singing.
Yeah.
He's
Like,
got
better
a- he's
singing
got a
than I
great
would've
Yeah,
voice.
thought.
and
Yeah.
they sounded great
Yeah.
live too.
I was surprised by the
it was
like
it was nice.
the clean vocals, if you will, or the singing vocals. That,
Yeah, and he pulls it off, and they're just a four piece.
piece,
Right?
yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, but just
Well,
guitar
they've
and
had
bass.
a
And it sounds
little
great.
lineup change
Yeah, they
thing,
did.
like the OG guitar
Yeah.
player is out.
Already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and-
brought
and-
that up.
yeah, his-
they've
yeah,
got a
yeah.
replacement already.
But for some reason, that
The
show
Keith
did.
Buckley toxicity.
Yeah.
But
Well,
he was, dude, he was
speculation.
nothing more than nice
He
to
was
us.
sweetheart to
Came
us.
and introduced, himself
Oh, really?
to each of us.
Mhm.
It's super
Oh, yeah.
cool, dude. Yep.
Yeah.
it
But-
sounded like my take on it was the guy that they had to replace wasn't going to be available to do the workload. So he like wrote
Okay.
the album and then he wasn't going to be able, like that was the interpretation. I don't know that could be hearsay, but there was
Sure.
no reason given. But like just going to bat for that guy, I mean, and Keith at the same time, I think it sounded like he wasn't going to be able to commit to like road duties. So they had to like just move on
That
from
sucks.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been like, well, we need somebody that's going to be here like long term. So
Yep.
that's my speculation on it. Just going to bat for both of those guys.
The guy
on
who
that
filled
topic.
in at guitar was Boss, though. He was
Yeah.
good, man.
Yeah.
They
Great.
sounded great.
I think I was
They
out of
ripped
town.
some heart-shaped box. They ripped
They
some
did some
radio.
covers.
They played
Yeah.
a Radiohead cover
Yeah.
off OK
It was-
Computer.
It was fucking dope.
What was the date on that show? Do you recall?
Come on, Ephraim.
29th.
Yep. August 29th.
And we honestly had like a particularly like tight set that night, and I don't know if it was just because we were just having fun.
We kind of did.
But,
We actually
like,
crushed it. That
yeah,
night. And
I-
I'm usually critical about our
I am too.
performances.
But for some reason, everything was just clicking. We were all in a
just
good
like,
headspace. We were
let's
just
go,
fucking
dude.
around.
Yep.
And
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are always the best ones, man.
They are.
You get
It
off
just
and you're
felt
like,
good
it
and
felt
fun as
good,
hell.
and,
Yep.
Yeah. Can kind of put all that other weird worries and shit aside for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When the
good time.
national band's talking to you afterwards, like, geez, dude.
Fun.
like, crap. We got to play now. Good.
Got the jam with Fadakin, too. That was cool.
Yes.
yeah, have you heard any
yes.
of that?
They were on that show, right?
Yes.
They were.
Yeah,
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 they
yeah.
opened it. Have
Yeah,
you heard
okay.
any of
That
that?
was
album?
cool, too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's cool.
Are
Yeah,
they local dudes?
they are from Grand
Matt-
Rapids.
Matt from Ozenza is the drummer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Yonker.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of his bands. I would check them out. They're awesome.
Hell yeah.
It was fun.
Well, I'm sure we'll come across them more.
Those are
so-
super cool guys, too. Yep.
And then, so you got the show coming up on October 12th. Then in November, we'll talk about this Reinventing Yesterday reunion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's the big one.
Luke
So-
Fortin.
Yes, sir.
So I know there was
A
some.
lot of hype.
We were going to play with you guys. We are going to play up here at Unruly. They were going to come up and play the show. And then it turned out that they got the opportunity to play Bells.
Mm.
Their hometown.
Yeah,
I believe.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that made sense for them.
Mm-hmm.
He actually asked us to play, and I was just like, you might as well get, if you're only going to have 3 bands, I was like, you might as well get another Kalamazoo band. That way someone draws, you know. But I didn't know he was going to have 4 bands, or else I would have been like, yeah, we
Yeah,
want
no
to play.
shit.
Right.
Yeah, like-
That's
I
pretty
was
much.
I would have really wanted to play. I didn't want
Yeah.
to say no. I was
That's
just trying
the
to
show
be
we were
polite.
trying to do in Muskegon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And
that
then he-
exact lineup.
And then Luke was kind of talking about to me about how they might not do another one, and at first they were going to do 2 so they could do one up here or whatever. But I don't
But
know
now
if
they're
gonna
talking
do
about,
that.
yeah, a one-off.
So,
just a
I hope
one-off.
that's not the case. I hope they do another.
It's still going to be a good
Well,
time.
hey, we thought that might be only the case with us.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't lead on
Look-
to any
look
more
what
being
happened.
the case. Yeah, they didn't really say like we're back full time. They really have been,
They've
in my
been saying
opinion,
one
transparent.
show.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Yeah,
that's cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Parker's moving anyway to like Florida
Oh,
or
no.
something. So
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll
That'll do it.
So you
Case
guys got a
closed.
little bit of
Yikes.
history with them, right? Reinventing from back in the day. We all used to
Yeah.
play a lot
Yeah.
together, right? Down
Yeah,
Kaiser.
they,
I mean,
um,
obviously Luke with.
What
Indrid
year
and all
did
of
they
us.
start? They were
2007 was like their
8?
first
Yeah.
CD with.
Wow, it was that
Seven.
early?
with
That's
Luke.
crazy.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude, I thought it was more like 08, 09.
Right.
because with
Wow.
at least in my mind, Luke's got the
Okay.
2 chapters of you know what I mean. So for early days, a lot of Andrew shows.
Yep.
Moving forward, so it kind of, but yeah, Yeah, it's been, dude, every time I look back on all that shit, it's fucking so long ago, dude.
I know.
The 2000 aughts.
It makes me feel old, dude. I'm like, man, I'm 40 fucking.
I
Late
used that
aughts.
term
The
earlier
early
today, and I
aughts.
was like, ugh. I
Yeah.
felt dirty when
Early
I said
aughts would have
it.
been like the Indrid.
Yeah.
Early dies, right?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
06,
Tom
what was
and
it?
Joe
What's first
show.
dies?
Yeah, the first
Tom and
couple,
Joe show,
the
baby.
first three
Tom and Joe
Potters were
show.
the Indrid era. You know what I mean? And then we move into the J era, and then after that we move into the reinventing era. That's correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
There wasn't much. I don't think there's anything else between those two.
Well, the coolest thing about the flyer is that our name's on it, so that's sweet.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
Also, I saw that and I was like, what do we have to do with this? I have not been briefed on
Mod
this.
did that from the Matrix just
We're going
now.
to debrief you after.
Well,
I guess I'm going.
the
Like,
the I,
it sounds like I'm going no matter what.
so the original idea, just to let you guys know, that I was just going to film them like I did for you guys,
Yep.
and then Larry got married, past New Year,
Yep.
Larried.
and Jeff was there. So Jeff, the bass player, now guitar player in our
Yep.
band,
Mhm.
but he had like all these cameras. Like these really, like he had 2 really nice cameras on a tripod. He had like all these gimbals and shit. And he
Was
had
all
already
in.
asked, he's like, you want to combine forces and like do it together or whatever? And then I got to thinking about it. I was like, dude, you got better shit than me. I don't want to bring my podcast stuff. Like, I don't want to bring all
Yeah.
my shit. Like, I'm like,
Modcast.
pay him to do it. He's in Kalamazoo anyway. Like, he's going to do
Yeah.
a good job. He can do everything I did. He'll be able to do it. And that's just one less thing I can do. And I can focus on other shit. I'm
There you
still going to
go.
bring my camera. I'm going to do a bunch of like behind the scenes and B-roll stuff.
Oh,
so
sweet.
we'll
Okay, so you will.
so
you'll
we're
be
gonna
around.
have, so we'll still have like an episode just dedicated to that, like a Metal Maniacs
Sweet.
thing. But I have a bunch of footage of obviously hanging with you guys and
Fuck
your
yeah.
set and shit too. Like, so I'm
Nice.
just gonna go there and just kind of run and gun and get a bunch of B-roll and put something cool together for like a more of a behind the scenes type thing.
That'll be
Instead of
like
doing
it.
the full show, you know.
I like it.
That'll be super cool.
BMO.
So
I'm thinking about forcing these guys to play another new song at that
Oh.
show, but one
tickle
that we
me.
just play
What?
live without recording it first, just
Yeah.
like old school style. Like, let's write a song and just play it. So
Okay.
we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
and then
It's news to me.
I just thought
Just hearing
I
about
love
this
coming
dude.
on here because I get to catch up on what my band is doing. It's awesome.
I
man.
literally
You get to
just
catch-
thought
Yeah.
of that now.
you get
so.
to catch up on what's happening in the
Yep.
Raj,
Hey,
bro.
but that's nobody's fault but mine. That's,
So-
don't
File
think
share
of it
that.
any
okay.
other way.
So this brings up a question then.
I'm the
If you're
lazy
gonna
one.
do that, you guys are playing other songs that have vocals on them right now in the practice space.
no.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I didn't know
No,
if
we
you had
got
something you were already practicing.
No,
and-
now I'm just talking shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, what are you doing, Ephraim?
Skunk rope.
You're fucking cashing checks right now, and Mod's writing this shit down, dude. What's going on?
Let me dream.
You know, we do record these things.
No, we got some old tunes we're thinking about. There's some covers on our plate. There's a trillion new riffs, and on the side, I got even like vocals, kind of, but nothing.
So, are you able to just be playing in the rehearsal space and then just start uttering vocal patterns without really necessarily having words at all, or maybe some
That's
words
Tommy.
come to you?
That's
like,
how I do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
myself.
so
Yeah, there's.
is
two-
it fair to say that Tommy does a lot of that up front, like the vocal patterns, or do you get your own inspiration for your own vocal
he's
patterns?
the main dude. Yeah, for sure. Yep.
But I catch you
obsess
doing
over
it the
shit.
most, like
Yeah.
just jumping in. At
Tommy's
a part
that
sure,
type. He likes to feel the riff and then come out of his,
and-
you know. And
Okay.
Well, dude,
In the
my
room.
vocals are limited by. I'm not one of those people that can separate.
Don't stay limited.
You know, this. I can only sing certain things that I can play. So
Tommy's got
it's
an
a-
amazing voice, dude. He
factor
riffs
of
and he
that.
sings,
Yeah,
dude.
sounds good.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah,
I always like it too
or now
because like
Dane
bring a riff.
is
you
like
know,
doing all this crazy shit. Now he's
He's
singing.
got a good
I'm like,
voice, dude, yeah.
fuck you, man.
No,
Where did that come
Egg,
from?
dude.
This guy
Yeah.
been holding out on a
tools
voice all
and
these
tool
years.
belt, dude. I like it though on first reactions because like me and Ephraim will be like, man, this riff, you know, and kind of, and then bring it to the table and I like to hear it like that in the raw. The first
Yeah.
time we play something, no matter what it is, I always like to hear that specifically. Now again, being able to record your house with us, whatever. That raw take's always the best one.
So those vocals
I
are
think.
coming later in the process for you.
I'll wait till
Nowadays
the
they are a
tracks.
little
Yeah,
bit.
I like to
Yeah.
wait if I can help it. I like
Yeah.
to wait till the track's done.
Yeah, you don't want to be changing that energy
and
like
then
halfway
plot my
rewriting that
chorus.
too.
Yeah.
so what do you do? Sit down with the recording, bro, and just kind of start writing out some lyrics, or
I usually start it before the it gets to me like that. I'll hear it just as far as like I'm being involved with the writing from guitar ass point. I get to hear it and hear it and hear it and hear it and hear it.
He'll have something, a skeleton, and then we refine it from there.
Yeah, a lot of
basically.
times I'll just write it as far as I'll fill the song with maybe not on purpose or like not knowingly, but I'll have too many lyrics in there and too many ideas, and I'll be like, send,
Consolidate.
you know, a shitty garage band record, send,
Yep.
Tommy,
Yep.
check that out, dude.
Yep.
You know, like, and it sounds like shit. You know what I mean? But it's always.
then we
But
get in
all
a
the
fight about
elements
it.
are there.
Then
and
you
like
can
said, you
chisel,
just trim
you
the
know,
fat,
start
yeah,
trimming
chisel
the
it
fat,
off,
and then I start
yep.
playing with fucking, you know, obsessing about words. and
Start
shit or
throwing
whatever,
some
but-
harmonies in there.
So,
and
so are you kind of waiting for him, or are you giving him feedback, Tommy?
usually not nowadays. I'm
This one-
lazy.
You
This
just kinda
one I
wait
was-
until he's got
yeah.
something, and then you come in with your parts, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, I was
Well,
kind of.
they'll even him and Dane's a
Yeah.
big part of it.
Yeah.
where he'll really refine his shit, and then where I come in is actually like with the cleans and the harmonies and
Oh,
stuff.
Totally.
I like
Totally
to
with
do
the
like,
harmonies, yeah.
what do you think with this? Like this, what do you think about this over this? What is that? What are you hearing?
Okay.
You know,
So is that where the melody of the clean?
100%.
That's kind of where
Yeah,
your
yeah.
department. Or
They'll
whatever?
have a
Yeah.
raw one, and then I'll come up with at least 3 parts.
yeah.
And whether we want to play them
Tommy, I
at
need
the same
you
time,
here. I
or
need
you
some
pick
harmonies.
one of them for the main ones, or however it goes. Yeah, that's where I shine pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely hear it though, as far as like, all right, here's some B-man parts, here's some group parts, there's a choir, but you know, so it's like separating them all as far as like simplifying it.
Yep.
Try to make the verses specific and aggressive, and you know,
Yeah.
because knowing we're gonna change direction or whatever. So
But I love
I obsess about the shit, to be honest with you. I'll change the fucking song 30 fucking times, and it's like 2 words I changed.
Do you get
Yeah.
pissed when your lyrics go from 3 pages to,
Oh, God.
to 1?
I no, because
Our
it's for
songs
the.
have such a similar arc
yeah, they do.
in the drama.
It's all the same.
I do, dude. I like. I don't. I mean, I have stuff that I write and it's done, and I'm happy with it. And I don't bring it to. It's just where it starts,
Okay.
you know. But I'm always open for like suggestions. So, would you know? Again, going back to like, if you heard like 5 different vocal takes over a song, which one do you like, dude?
Right.
You know, what are you actually hearing? Like, is it giving to the song? Is it serving?
Is it serving the song?
Is it
I love to
serving the
hear that.
song?
I love
Serve
to
the
hear
servants.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you guys have always grasped exceptionally well from the very first days of the basement when I seen you guys was being able to capture the songwriting. Even
Oh,
when you
man,
guys
thanks.
had more of the soupier stuff at the beginning where it was
Sure.
kind of a lot of riff soup, there was still a theme and
9
still
minute
enough
song.
catchy things in there to kind of carry through, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so that's where you guys really hit the
riffs.
mark, and I think a lot of other
Yeah.
bands miss the mark is because they might just go totally soupy, but you guys like at the beginning, you know, like now you guys have real grasp on the song structure,
Right.
like
Totally.
big choruses and
Well, that's when I
you
first
know.
got in the band. I
Yeah.
heard their first shit, and I'm like, "We got some work to do, boys. I got a vision
Yeah,
here, dude.
yeah.
Yep.
I
the
We need
promise
to
you,
make
though.
songs. Yeah,
I promise I'm writing a riff soup song soon, though.
Dude,
I've just been
it's
itching for
coming.
some riff
Yep.
soup.
Dude,
Yeah.
once in a while, I
For
think it's
sure.
cool. Like
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
real cool once in a while. But like
Yeah.
if you have 9, I'm good.
Yeah.
And you're not BT Bam, I'm good.
Exactly. I need a
Good.
callback at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
At least
Yeah.
a callback.
Minimally.
Yep.
I just think we've come so far in music that we've come back around where it's like we've lost our way. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I fucking know, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Cha-ching.
it's like we got to bring the songwriting back, man.
Yeah,
you
I
want to
know.
give me
Yeah.
a soupy song? Like I'll take one in the middle of the record or song 7.
No,
what's going on?
Song 7.
It's a 2-minute,
Song
Nailed
7.
it. Yep.
2-minute and 47-second. Just fuck off. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden we come back with a couple strong songs. I'll do it all day long,
That's what
baby.
Post
you know?
Stallone, dude.
Yeah,
Oh my
but-
god, that's great.
Yeah, song 7.
Where are we
That's
going with this?
appropriate.
I want to hear Mod do the Tommy. You gotta mean
That's
it.
pretty good.
Give me one more all together now.
I missed it. Sorry, solo.
All right,
Solo,
boys.
B solo.
Well, I didn't think this was going to be a crazy long episode, but is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Maybe we talked about the show coming up, talk about the new song.
Yeah.
My
Almost
drama.
should have waited till the end of the podcast at the very end and listened to it. That way people have to watch the whole podcast.
No,
yeah. It's
no,
gonna be a-
I get it, but yeah, it gave me talking points
Yep,
to
yeah,
hear it
sure.
Right.
fresh. Yep.
Now
We
we're
can
super
put it at the
thankful
end.
that you guys brought us on for just to show this off a little bit too. We're like,
Yep.
glad
dude.
that it gets out a little early through you guys. That's like a super sweet.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
just
hanging
like
out.
thing
and
going
thanks
No,
on.
for-
this is awesome.
Really,
Yeah.
like post the song being pushed, we were like just chatting and reflecting on like, okay, how do we want to like promote this, roll out like the push for it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just one song, whatever. But like we just collaborated with so many people and so many of our friends on
Yeah.
it that we're like, let's
That
just
helps.
take this time. Like we suck at being like clever on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we just want to be like, hey, like we like giving our friends props, like having each other's back. So that's the whole like social media rollout thing. It's
I
just
love
like,
it.
here's all the people we worked with. It's been
it's
super
great.
fun. Like honestly, like we couldn't have made it happen like the way that it did without them. So
It really gives all of your fans a really good idea of what it takes to unroll something like this, like all the hands involved.
No, that's a very
right?
good point.
A lot of great hands.
Actually,
Yeah,
touch this shit.
yeah, no,
Very
really.
good point.
and
some
we're
big
lucky
names.
enough that like these are all our friends that we
Yeah.
worked with. So like we're super fortunate. Like get to make like sweet, heavy music with people that are cool and have fun doing it.
And we're
Yeah,
finally starting to get recordings that sound like
The way you
good,
want 'em.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it
yeah.
sounded really good. It was a good mix. It was a good production.
Oh yeah,
better
I
than
enjoyed it.
Conquistador.
that bothers me, dude.
It's a low
That
bar.
fucking
I-
bothers me.
It still
dude.
sounds dirty,
But
It
there's
still
still
sounds
some weird
No,
charm.
it's
to
cool,
it.
but-
I get it. But yeah,
Dude,
It doesn't sound like polished, clean. It just sounds
in 2
really done.
years,
Yeah.
you'll run it through an AI filter, and that thing will be the sweetest
How about
fucking
it?
thing
Well,
you've
oh
ever
my
heard.
God.
Dude, you know what I'm talking. We're
Oh, I
playing a
know.
lot of that
I
shit
know.
live right now. A
And it
lot of
sounds
that
better.
because that's collectively maybe our favorite record as Dies.
It's up there.
I don't know, it's up there, but the songs sound different now, and I'm like, man, I
Yeah.
wish we'd recorded that. Like, I was drinking wine, dude. I wasn't even
See, I like.
giving a fuck
I like
about my
Rise.
parts, dude. Yeah,
But
yeah. Rise
you
is
guys,
good.
You guys are also removed from it. You know, there's always the re-recording process if necessary. If you
Sure.
think that, you know what I mean.
That-
Like, there's so
we've-
many opportunities.
we've talked
now,
about that,
You know, it's
yep.
like
Yeah.
obviously that costs money, but there might be a different way around that or a different way to do it or something. you
Yeah,
know,
but at least
Yeah,
to
it's fine,
upgrade
dude.
it
Leave it alone.
a little
you know?
bit, you know, and you just do a quick, even a live thing with overdubs
Yeah.
type deal.
Right.
You can make
yeah.
Conquistador
Well, I
sound
think-
good,
Right.
actually. Yeah.
I think the thing to do nowadays is just to do like the reunion of it. Like what
Right.
year mark are we coming up on, and let's
Right,
just
like
promote it
here,
as we're going to
20
do it
year
front to
Yeah,
back.
anniversary
that's like
on Fellas
25,
Rest,
2025
doing the
for
whole album.
Conquistador.
Calculating Infinity.
Yeah, I think
Yep.
that's
What are
I
we
think
at?
that's still
19
a
years
good
on the EP right now?
approach
Yeah, I
to
think
things.
so.
Jesus.
That's
Conquistador was
If
up
you
Yeah,
could
there.
still
dude.
perform like as an anniversary of something you did 20 years
Yep.
ago, I think more power to you. And bands should embrace that. It's like, yeah, you've grown in 20 years if that's what the case may be, but to show that you can still do that if you desire, like if you choose to. Yeah, I can do that shit from 20 years ago, but it gives the fans like just a taste of like what it was like back then. You can kind of summon that energy a little bit. You can bring it back 20 years
Yep.
to old school and just say, yeah, we're gonna rip off this set.
Right.
Then we're gonna take like a
Dude.
10-minute breather, and then we're gonna come out and rip another set, like because we can. And
People are because we can see who's listening to what on like Spotify. And shit. People are listening to the EP. I don't know who it is.
Me.
Yeah, that weirds me out.
I'm still listening.
Yeah,
to
it is, somebody is, dude.
It's good.
The
It's
last
fun.
layer.
Right.
Is
somebody-
that you? Okay, all right,
Oh
dude.
shit!
Hey.
Whoa.
I was
Hey,
like, who is doing
Found
this?
his ass, dude. Yeah.
It was
Dude, the
honestly
last
making
layer.
me mad. I was like,
I'm glad
who's
we brought
listening
this
to
up.
The
There it
last-
is.
If you see all those players on the last layer, that's me, buddy.
That's also me.
It's paper thin.
It's also me. That's like So yeah, on the subject though, I want to press you guys to play that live. Like, is there any chance of that?
You played it live at the
There's-
Did I miss it?
reunion.
No,
No.
You did
no,
it?
we haven't. Touched
I've
that.
never played that song.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
that's
one
that's
note
how I
of it
feel
in my
about
life.
it.
Yeah.
Really?
But if
That's
you
how I
guys,
feel about it.
we can
We'll
talk
have
about
some
it.
decision
Nothing is
making.
impossible.
The
so.
numbers don't lie. So
It's
No,
a,
hey,
here's the
numbers
thing,
don't
good
lie,
song.
and it
On that
it's a
20
good
year, we
song,
might
it's
have to
not,
learn those tunes.
like crazy complicated.
It's not
so,
at all.
Yeah.
yeah.
those are good times. Maybe I'm waxing
So you're
nostalgic.
saying
but-
there's a
Here's,
chance.
here's another
Yeah.
thing too, because we play Police, the first song off that record.
Yeah.
We
Police,
play Doom
right,
Claws
yeah.
sometimes, but Police became much heavier on
Oh,
accident.
dude. It just with
Nice.
us doing
So I'm
dual
kind of curious
vocals
to
on
what like the
Police,
other
it's so
songs
much
might
better.
sound like, because now and
No,
again,
you're
I was
right.
just a
You're
kid
right.
when I recorded those vocals. I
Sure.
wish I'd gone back now, like fucking Behemoth, and put some shit with it and like made it sound what I was trying to say.
yeah.
Which we
But
naturally
maybe
just
wasn't
do.
like had enough confidence to do because I was just a kid playing
I
bands
mean-
like you guys fucking anyway, and
I feel like it's a
You
heavy
know how it
ass,
is,
like,
you know,
it's
you're
like,
just like,
hey,
that's
guys,
cool, it's good
I
enough.
put Dies Up to playing like all that old material like in a full set. Like
No.
I don't want to be that guy, but I low key I kind of am
Yeah.
saying that right now. Like, do you think that's a chance that you guys would do something that gracious
so.
for people.
We're like weirdly protective.
You're
of,
saying to play less layer?
yeah,
the whole album.
Oh,
and
the
then
whole
come out
album.
whole album.
Okay.
just
We're-
like crazy. I mean, I know, but I think that's something that
It
bands
could be
It's
do.
done.
not.
But
It's not.
We know a
impossible.
third of it already.
Also,
Yeah,
that
so
though,
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying.
I was never
I
on
was
it.
gonna say Tommy's not on it.
I have
know,
a hard
but-
time
like-
remembering
But Tommy's not
Doom
gonna
Yeah,
yeah,
that
like
was-
he's
that
not
was
a
hardly-
fan of that shit.
Yeah.
You fucking love it. Get
Yeah,
it.
I would want to play Hammer of the Gods off that, actually, if we're
that
talking
would be
about
cool. From my perspective, though, we're a little bit protective of like the Dies lore. So like some of the stuff from back then. So I don't know if like
Yeah.
that's why I shy away from some of that
sure.
old stuff because I'm
Okay,
like
sure.
leave that where because I like the
Okay.
like
Yeah.
I like the legend of like
Yeah.
some of that old stuff. Like,
But
let
it's
it
good to
be.
hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
no.
super good to hear. That.
I
Well,
get it.
that means you guys have been writing great shit for a long time.
Yeah, that too. I mean, you guys have
Thank
enough
you.
material beyond
Maybe.
that. I mean, it's just a.
I like our stuff.
Yeah, you don't need to
And-
make.
and-
You know how it is when
And
you're,
you-
throughout a career, you're young and you're old, and then you look.
I don't want to
on
go
it,
back
you're
and play
like,
the first album shit.
And just practice
that's-
time
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
for us to do
Yeah.
that would take away from us writing a new
yeah,
song
progressing,
or
looking for
or
We were
learning
in
obituary.
3
or
different places
something.
for
I think
all
it's-
3
yeah.
records too.
So, right before we wrap this up, I do want to shout out Mouthful of Locusts, though. You guys ever check those guys out?
I haven't seen them live.
Okay.
Nope, but I've definitely heard them on this podcast, and then that led me to
It's
check
the only
them out.
yeah, that's how
Oh,
I
it's
know
really
of
good.
them
Yeah,
is through the
pretty
podcast.
sweet band, man. I mean,
Yes.
cool ass dudes or whatever, but their
Yeah.
music is really
Fun.
good. I
Yeah.
really
No, that's
enjoy
awesome.
their music, and I know they're fun, and I know they throw down. So I'm looking forward to hanging out there at the Reinventing Yesterday show. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming through. You know, showing us your music, being our friends for this long.
Thank you for
know.
listening to it.
Yeah.
dude.
Absolutely.
and like
Taking
I said,
an interest in what we do.
the door's open anytime because
I love being on
I'm
here.
squeezing this in just so we
Yep.
can do this, just so we can put it in the schedule. And
Yep.
I'm not saying I'm doing it. I just do it because
We're not going out of our way.
Yeah, we're not going, yeah.
No, I'm happy to have the song and the
Well,
band here. But
I'm more or less just saying, like, anytime you guys got something, anytime you want to
Sure.
come on the show, the door's open, man. Always. I'd
Appreciate
like
that.
I'd like to get Dane here too.
And
We
I'd
have to.
also like to do a
Hammer.
nerd out one with just you two sometime.
Door's always open for that.
Fucking nerd
So,
out metal
yeah.
shit. Yep.
yeah,
Let's
Dane
do
stays
it.
busy. He's touring. He's,
Yeah.
he's living the life.
He's-
No,
he's-
but I see him getting it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
So like,
He
I
actually
he's
lives.
going on a cruise.
Like on a
he
Friday
lives
night
at
where he's
Brian Vander Ark's house. Actually,
He's going
he lives.
on a cruise?
He lives in his
I don't know
pool
if that's
house.
like announced or not yet.
Oh.
It is now.
Oh man,
We'll beat
You
that.
breaking.
We'll bleep that out.
No, I think he's announced it. I think he said it.
We've had like 3 or 4 breaking announcements.
He might be.
Oh my god.
Man, so much. Yeah, this
You've heard it here
This
first.
episode better be like 3,000 views now for all this breaking news. So yeah, with that being said, anything else you guys want to cover? What's next for you guys?
Oh, we do have some sweet
Fucking write a
merch.
record.
We have some
Oh,
sweet
yeah.
merch coming down the pipe too.
Oh.
I like that. I also
We
like what you said.
have some things that will be going attached to this song at some point, and I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
All right.
And some sweet merch we got.
Some sweet merch. Yeah.
When will this be available, brother?
I don't think we'll be able to get it all for the Jackson show, but
For
come
sure, Kalamazoo.
Probably looking at
Kalamazoo, we're gonna be
Kalamazoo.
strapped.
Okay.
like-
Warwick package kind of shit.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
One of the
Um,
sweatshirts, we're bringing back that old the big poster from the pyramid scheme.
Oh, nice.
We're gonna do
That's
up
sick.
a little piece, an article of clothing with that on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
That's gonna be just rad.
That's
so.
cool.
I
Yep.
regret not getting one of those to hang in here. I wish. I
Well,
had
you have
one,
to get
bro.
the shirt then.
Yeah,
I see those
I'll-
shirts at shows. I'm like, I forgot all about that show. We used to have a lot of T-shirts out there.
And our shit goes fast, dude. I don't know how we do
You
so
know,
good on merch.
I'm just happy that
Like,
people want to rep it, dude. That's
I
cool.
want one of those Detroit Tiger D
Yeah,
hats
so we
with the
gotta
upside down
restock
stars,
those.
Yeah, I
dude,
seen
like,
that.
with
Yeah.
the pentagram.
How many of those did you make?
I think we just
it
did
was like
30
a
or
limited
40.
It was
20 or 30.
But they went like
They
boom.
went-
I didn't
we'll
get
have
to get
some
one,
more
dude.
in Jackson.
in
yeah.
Jackson, actually.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Go Tigers.
Nice.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're hearing
Yes.
this and need that before it gets to Jackson, because it'll sell, give
Yeah,
us a
it'll go
call, I
fast.
guess. Call Ephraim.
Personally here. at this
Here's his
number.
number at the bottom.
For real, though, I know I get weird on you guys, but I really appreciate the two of you guys and being our friends and fucking letting us
Thank
play
you,
ball with you, dude.
Yeah.
Always
Anytime.
being
Anytime.
in our corner, dude. We
yeah.
appreciate
Yep,
that a lot.
echoes all of our.
I can't help
7 minutes.
myself.
Yeah,
Come on, I'm
I-
just a big fan.
No, it's just
I
you guys
love-
are awesome for
Yeah, I
you know
love
what you guys do for music and the locals and everything you do, dude.
Thank you.
And you
but
got
I really
badass
value
setup, dude.
both of your opinions when
This
it
is the
comes to
shit.
music. You know what I mean? Like,
Just my opinion.
if it's the Pepsi challenge and it's passed by the two of you, that makes me feel pretty fucking good about the track.
Absolutely.
No,
You know.
I get excited when I get a text from Ephraim or something. And he's like, new song coming out, this, that, and the other
Yep.
thing. And I'm like, I like to be in the loop, man. I like to know that I'm in part of the Dice circle as well, just from all of the years and you know,
Totally.
being able to have some kind of platform to, put all of my local friends, bands, Michigan bands, touring bands, whatever on, So
Yeah.
Like one of the first things
Yeah.
when we started hearing the mix back, B-Man's like, I can't wait for Mod to hear this.
It was
I know,
I
dude.
liked it. It was
I
good.
said I gotta have Mod,
It's
dude.
like,
Yeah.
Mod's going to shit when he
No,
hears this
it
part.
was good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, you guys say you got a lot of songs in the bag. I know we're closing this things up,
Mhm.
but
We'll
will there
get
be
to
more
'em.
recordings? Or will there be another recording?
Yeah,
Is this something
yeah.
we're talking about?
100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
I'm
has to
not.
be.
I'm not saying you have one now, but is it going in that direction? Like more studio work, more. Are we gonna pile it on like instead of one song at a time?
Yeah, we had the text of,
I mean,
like Dane said in our group,
it's
he's
just
like,
is it-
dudes, I love playing new songs. We need to really hit this. So
Yeah.
you might see a little bit more of
Probably
a
a
surge.
grouping on the next effort. Like, hey, we have a X
I mean,
amount, and
the
then
industry
we can
kind of
focus on.
changes.
Yeah.
So I get not doing like a full.
We don't want to
compilation
always
record,
be singles.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
not the plan at
Okay.
all.
That's actually new territory
I pressed
for
this
us.
issue because like I want it for myself.
Yeah.
But like I want
Yep.
the
Madly.
EP or I want the album. So
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say
gonna, like,
EP at this stage in the game almost seems the most practical.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like
100%.
we
Yeah.
have 8 songs, 8 new songs.
Took
that
the
are
words
ready
out of
to
my
go.
mouth.
Yeah.
But it's like maybe we'll just do 3 as singles and then do like a 5-piecer. Maybe
Yep.
just record them
You got
all
options.
at once.
And dude,
Dude.
that's
maybe
a good
record
way to
'em-
go, dude.
And maybe record them all at once
Yep.
and then just
We
trickle them out.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
here comes the EP, and
Yeah,
then you
I'm-
got enough material for almost a year. Then all you got to worry about then at that time is like, are we doing a video? What are we doing to release it?
Right.
What's our plan
Totally.
to get people to listen to it? You know,
Yeah.
how,
Right.
how do we promote it?
guys-
Then you only have to worry about that.
Yep.
But obviously, time, energy, and money is all things. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when these hairs get a little whiter, it becomes a little more scarce. You know, so,
You bet.
yeah.
Dude, do you remember when I was talking about the pandemic for us when Dane had 2 weeks of Electric Forest?
Yeah.
They'll shut down.
Low
The
key,
pandemic.
him and I accidentally almost wrote Gemini, which would be a full length. And we had it fucking mapped out, and we were concocting all these ideas because the guys aren't around, and we're fucking
Yeah, we
placing
went
it.
into
and
it.
we have like a dozen tracks. Half of them got vocals.
Dude, that's so cool.
and it's it's conceptual as fuck, dude. We're like, all right, slow down. No, it's
I like this. This is good.
we
I
did
should
though. We
join
started
this
naming the
band.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
we were
dude.
like, all right, dude, there it is. It's
And
song
then we
6.
showed up-
It's
I
song
got a
6,
7
dude.
string now, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we shut
Let's
it down.
do this.
But like,
Then what
all good
happened?
things. We'll get there, dude. There's some songs out there,
Yeah.
For
some-
sure.
So
some albums.
just an
coming.
idea. Are you, I know you said you're comfortable at the studio with Ed at Cold War.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You think you're going to keep going down this route, or you think you might get different mixers involved? Or are you going to keep trying stuff, or what do you guys think going forward on that?
This was like a pretty smooth process. I mean,
Yeah.
we obviously feel most comfortable tracking at
Yeah.
Cold War with
Yeah,
Addison,
absolutely.
and he knows like
Yeah.
what we want on that end.
Yep.
So
The
But,
butter's our bread,
once
bro.
again, anything's possible.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're never like shutting the door to work with somebody. I mean, but we're very comfortable with Addison, the things that have happened. I mean, Nick, Bart, everybody that worked on
Yeah.
it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
it was
And
a
we
smooth
connected a dot
process.
with Bart 'cause it's about 20 years since we've seen him last, and we just shot a tune at him, which was cool. Kind of,
Full circle.
Yeah.
And he remembers
He did
because you guys tracked that first one
the EP.
twice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you
Yep.
talked about
Oh,
that
yeah.
the first time you were on.
Yeah.
So you spent some time there.
So we spent some time with Bart, dude.
I'm pretty sure Warwick chose who was going to work on this too. We didn't have. We were just
It
the
always
medium
does.
It
for
pretty
it.
much did.
So Warwick selected all the people involved. So
there's weird
we had
shit.
nothing to do with
Like
that.
they were on their way to practice
I can prove
at
this
my
shit
house,
too. I got
and
video.
they saw a fucking vehicle with a license plate that said Warwick.
Drove
Yeah.
us from fucking Airline to Whitehall, dude.
No shit.
Yeah.
Like what the
Yes.
fuck,
Yes.
dude?
And then
Yeah.
Brent got sent on a detour via Google Maps. And
Yeah,
what
and
was the road?
it took me in a square. I didn't need to.
Down what road?
Warwick Avenue, motherfucker. I swear to God,
There's
dude.
some fucking weird.
You can prove it too. I had to get a pick. I said, babe, I
Divine
told Serena, my
intervention.
So
wife.
like
Love it.
we're not saying those chants anymore. We're not even gonna really like put it in the lyrics or tell people
Yeah.
what we said.
Yeah, because it's like
it,
Candyman.
it opened up some weird.
Yeah.
And
weird
like I
shit.
said, that's
Portal.
the first part of the fucking
Yeah.
lyrics that happened. The very first part was a and me and him were
Love
geeking in the garage like, we've done it. We've done it.
Brent
That's
almost
awesome.
scrapped like what the actual lyrics were because he's like, I don't know if I could say it anymore. It's like weird shit's happening. Like I don't think I want to do this anymore.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We
He
might
didn't
have
want
to
to
change
summon
it.
a beast.
That's crazy.
I guess
love
that
it.
leaves only one question. Have you ever played a Warwick?
What do you know about Warwicks?
I
Wild
never
things.
got that Warwick growl out of me. Yeah, I don't got that Warwick.
Get that
no,
snarl,
no,
that weird
no,
ass
that
talk. Yeah.
That's why we had to make it 2 words. So.
That's great.
Oh yeah. All right, boys. Nothing but love for you guys. I love
We
you
love
guys.
you guys a
man.
lot, man.
Fucking-
Thank you guys so
are the
much.
shit. You guys always. I mean, you guys never disappoint. You
Likewise.
guys always hold up the bar for everybody
Yeah.
else to reach, and I like that. And I appreciate calling you guys friends. Dane, we didn't get to FaceTime you, but homie, you're here in spirit.
Yeah, shout out to
Great work.
Dane,
Yeah,
the
great work.
hammer, our drummer.
He's driving down
Fucking
Warwick
beast.
Avenue to the
Yeah.
to his gig right now. So yeah, with that being said, keep it metal. Much love to you guys.
We love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you so much for checking out the episode. Be sure to hit that like button and give us a share.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed our podcast today, please give it a rating on your streaming service to help us gain some exposure.
And if you really enjoyed the show, please give us a follow or hit that subscribe button and come hang out with us every week. And remember, keep it metal.